What's up? What's up? It's your man, Jimmy Chan. All right, so we here have an equation with fractions. I know how much we all love fractions, said by no one. All right, so how do we get rid of fractions in an equation, right? That's right. We bring in the sisters. So we ask ourselves, what do they have that I don't have? And since 77 is 7 times 11, that means this sister here is missing a 7, right? Because 7 times 11 gives me the 77. So that means if I multiply the bottom by 7, I got to multiply the top by 7. Is this sister missing anything? No. Is this sister missing anything? No. What is this sister missing? Well, it's missing the 7 and the 11, so it's missing the 77. So I got to multiply top and bottom by 77. All right, so let's look at the denominators. That is a 77. That is a 77. It's a 77, and that is also a 77. So since the denominator is all the same, well, that means the top must come to be the same as well. So I'm going to have a 14x squared minus 41x plus a 15 is equal to 0. And you're probably asking, well, why do we have to do that then? Well, what if this wasn't a 0, right? So that is where we kind of have to make sure that we're consistent of getting every single denominator to be the same, all right? So that we can write this equation here. And the cool part is that I see a square term and an equal sign. I get excited because I'm thinking quadratic equations. I finally remember that. And that means I got to get everything to one. Oh, everything is already to one side, and I have a 0 side. Great. So over here, I have 3 terms, so that means I need the AC method. So here, A times C is equal to 14 times 15, which is going to give me 210. And that 5 looks awful, so let's go ahead and do that. There we go. And B is going to give me a negative 41. So instead of typing on the calculator like a madman, I'm just going to write down 210 here, and I'm going to go ahead and make a table. So I need to multiply 2 numbers to give me positive 210, but when I add them, it has to come out to be a negative number. So which means that I need both numbers to be negative. So if you take these 2 numbers here, when I multiply them, do I get positive 210? Yes. When I add these 2 numbers, do I get a negative number? Yes. So this is just a reference guide. I don't need to, I know that those 2 are not my numbers whatsoever. So let's go ahead and try 2. That gives me 105. Let's try 3. And how did I know that 3 works? Not because I typed it in the calculator. It's because 2 plus 1 plus 0 gives me 3. And since 3 is divisible by 3, that means 210 must also be divisible by 3. And it's going to be negative 70. 4 does not. 5. 5 is going to give me 42. And if I add those 2 up, it gives me a negative 47, so no good yet. Let's try negative 6. That gives me negative 35. Ooh, I think I found my number. It's right there, right? So then I'm going to take those 2 numbers right there. I'm going to split the middle term. So I'm going to have a 14x squared minus a 6x minus the 35x plus 15 is equal to 0. All right. So now I have 4 terms. I want to split this down the middle. What is the GCF of the first group? So I can take a 2 out and an x out. So I'm going to be left with a 7x minus 3. Look at the GCF on the second group. My third term is a negative, so I know I had to pull a negative, but what goes into 35 and 15? That's right, a 3. Excellent. If I take out a 3, what do I have left? I'm going to have a 7x minus 3. And that's going to equal to 0. So what's in common? The 7x minus 3. What do I have left? 2x minus 3, and that is set equal to 0. So that means I got to take each factor and set equal to 0. And the 2x minus 3 and set that equal to 0. So that means my x is going to equal to 3 over 7. And this x is going to equal to 3 over 2. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be, oopsies, made a mistake, mistake. This is going to be a 5, isn't it? And this is going to be 5, isn't it? So this is going to be a 5, isn't it? So that means this is going to be a 5, isn't it? All right, so x is equal to 3 over 7, comma, 5 over 2. And that is going to be choice B. And there we go. All right, I hope that helps. If there's any questions, let me know. Talk to you later. See ya.